These are the supplements that I take for MS, multiple sclerosis. So what slows the progression is putting focus on protecting neurons and not just stopping the immune attack. Number one is methylene blue. So one of the many things that methylene blue does is it fights oxidative stress. And for MS, oxidative stress, it contributes to the demyelination. And the first time I took methylene blue, it immediately got rid of the tingling and the numbness in my hands. And it hasn't been back since. Like the second supplement that I take is alpha lipoic acid. One of the things that alpha lipoic acid does is it helps with this iron buildup. Alpha lipoic acid, it protects and repairs nerve cells. Blood-brain barrier breakdown in MS, it allows your immune cells to go into your brain and into your CNS, your central nervous system, and destroy things that it shouldn't. So you have to kind of repair this blood-brain barrier. And alpha lipoic acid just helps restore this barrier. So most people, they focus only on inflammation, especially like with MS, is only like, oh, let me just focus on inflammation. But they don't really think about the neurodegeneration. And alpha lipoic acid, it helps with neurodegeneration. Basically, it stops you from becoming a dummy. The third supplement that I take is CoQ10. In MS, your mitochondria are dying, and CoQ10 makes your mitochondria more efficient. So it's like making Superman stronger by giving him like the power of the sun in a pill. It's like Superman's all weak, like I'm dying. You're like, here, take this pill. And he's like, boom. And that's kind of what CoQ10 does, mitochondria. And when they don't work, you don't work. So your cells literally can't do the work. They can't remove toxic buildup. They can't produce enzymes, like all kinds of things if your mitochondria isn't working. And CoQ10, it's a supplement that increases mitochondria energy production. The next supplement that I take is PQQ. So PQQ, it stimulates the mitochondria biogenesis, meaning that it helps create new mitochondria. So CoQ10 enhances mitochondria function, and it basically makes your mitochondria more efficient, but PQQ makes more. PQQ makes more, CoQ10 makes it better. So CoQ10 makes Superman stronger, and PQQ makes more Superman. And PQQ, it promotes NGF, nerve growth factor, which supports the brain repair and neurogenesis. Next supplement that I take is glutathione. So glutathione is the main antioxidant that your body uses. So it neutralizes reactive oxygen species, ROSs, and your cells, they're becoming dysfunctional. So glutathione, it shields the mitochondria to prevent cell death. Low levels of glutathione, they accelerate neurodegeneration. So basically, you're getting dumber. Remember, neurodegeneration, you're getting dumber. You don't even realize you're getting dumber because you're getting dumber as you're getting dumber. And so you want to help prevent this. And glutathione, it basically helps with that. Your body is always trying to get rid of the junk, the heavy metals, the toxins, all kinds of junk, and it uses glutathione to do it. The next supplement that I take is melatonin. Now, I do high doses of melatonin. It directly supports the regeneration of oligodendrocytes. These are the cells that are responsible for producing and repairing your myelin sheath. And melatonin is dose dependent. So the effects, they change based on the dose level. Low doses of melatonin, it increases Th1 cytokines. And these are pro-inflammatory cytokines like INFY, IL-2. They're pro-inflammatory. You don't want this. But high doses reduce inflammation, and they shift your immune response to the Th2 pattern. Melatonin is directly linked to oligodendrocytes, which repair and produce myelin. When you pee at night, you're losing more melatonin. Melatonin, it increases remyelination, which is something that you definitely need if you have MS. So I wanted to slap my neurologist. I was like, what's wrong with you for not telling me about melatonin oligodendrocytes? So, and this is what I'm talking about. Like doctors, they only prescribe medicine that's marketed to them. The next supplement I take is magnesium glycinate. And you need magnesium to do things like convert vitamin D into its active form. Magnesium, it calms the nerves. And with MS, you get like these sharp bursts of pain. It's like the electrical signals. It's like getting electrocuted for a second. It's like, oh, dang. It's kind of like that. That's just what randomly would happen. And magnesium, it like calms the overactive nerves by blocking the NMDA receptors, which are involved in like pain signaling. Then the next supplement that I take is taurine. So taurine is an amino acid, and it has like a neuroprotective effect on the brain. So it looks for the ROSs, the reactive oxygen species that damage the myelin and the neurons. It looks for them. It's like, yo, calm down, buddy, calm down. Taurine, it helps with excitotoxicity. Basically, The bad guy is called glutamate. So glutamate, it overexcites neurons, which leads to the death of your neurons. And taurine, it goes and says, "Hey, glutamate, calm down, buddy, or we got problems." The next thing I do is the NADs. I take an NAD supplement because it helps with cellular repair and energy production. So NAD, it helps convert food into ATP. It helps your neurons survive longer. I take NAD supplements to help with neurodegeneration because a lack of it is linked to a loss of axons, and that basically progresses the disease a lot faster. The next thing that I take with NADs is called TMG. But it's important that if you're taking NADs to take something like TMG, because you have to make sure that your methylation stays strong. So NADs are one of the most like promising molecules for neuroprotection. But if you don't support your methylation pathways, then you're going to have problems over time. So methylation, it's like a switchboard that tells your body what to do. So it turns genes on and off. It builds neurotransmitters. It processes hormones. Like it does a lot of things, but it's basically telling your cells how to repair. It's not doing the repair itself. It's methylation is like the CEO. It's like the CEO who tells people what to do. So NADs, it's the engine. The methylation is the oil that keeps the engine running, and TMG is the oil refill. So it's like refilling it. If you take NADs without taking something like TMG, it's like racing a Ferrari with no oil. Like you're gonna go for a little bit, but eventually you're gonna break down. The next thing that I do is not a supplement, but is red light therapy. Now, red light therapy, I almost didn't include this because this is like an interesting one. I'm not sure if it works or not, to be honest. I mean, I figured, well, why not? Like, why would I not do the thing? Worst thing that can happen is I'm out a few dollars for buying the red light therapy stuff. But if it does work, then the benefits are enormous. The next thing I want to mention is I do vitamin D, K2, and B12, but I'm not going to go over these, except I do want to mention something real quick. So almost everyone with MS, you're told to take these supplements, vitamin D, K2, B12. You're told to take these. But I want to point out that with most vitamin D supplements, most of them are cholecalciferol supplements. Cholecalciferol vitamin D, it needs to be converted into its active form. And that's what I was talking about with the magnesium. It helps convert vitamin D into active form. Calcifediol. So I think that's how you say it, calcifediol. That's the active form of vitamin D. Next supplement that I take is B9, vitamin B9. So it's also known as folate or folic acid. Folate, it helps myelin production. Since someone with MS is losing their myelin sheath, you know what? It's good to get more of it. And that's why I think of the vitamin B9. I want to talk about two other things. They're not supplements, but two other important things that I do. So one is intermittent fasting. So the cells in your body, they have to get rid of junk or they just won't function properly. Fasting, it like resets the ion channels. So that's why I do it. I do intermittent fasting. The next thing I want to mention, the last thing, is the lifestyle. I dance a lot of salsa, bachata, mostly bachata. When I was thinking about neurodegeneration, I was looking at neurodegeneration. One of the ways that you can fight this is by increasing the BDNF. I'm going to make a whole other video on this thing. But most people, they focus on inflammation with MS. I thought about the neurodegenerative part as well, and basically making you dumber. So I need to focus on neurogenesis, which is the process of growing new neurons in the brain. And the main thing to focus on is that BDNF. So BDNF is brain-derived neurotrophic factor. That's the main molecule for neurogenesis. Unfortunately, there's no like supplement or anything that you can take for BDNF. But doing hard things like physically and mentally, it promotes promotes neurogenesis. So I learned to dance. I'm pretty good at it, by the way, pretty damn good bachata dancer. But I'm gonna make I'll make a whole other video on BDNF. But those are the supplements that I'm taking. Remember, I'm focusing not only on inflammation, I'm focusing on the neurodegeneration, neurogenesis part, because especially with something like MS, you can not have any symptoms. All my symptoms are gone. Like I got diagnosed with a progressive MS, and like now I have zero symptoms. I changed everything. I was like, all right, I'm doing this, that, this, boom. I changed everything. Nothing. Like I have more energy than ever. I feel sharper, everything. But at the same time, as I'm reading stuff, it said, okay, you can have no symptoms, but neurodegeneration is happening. So that's what I focused on. That's why I do all the stuff for neurodegeneration. I focus on neurogenesis and all that. So I'll make a whole other video on BDNF as well.